Hey, you are tracking some serious weather out
Yeah,
there.
we've had a lot of lightning down the valley. That part of it seems to be settling down, but the heavy rain is not. Let me show you. Well, we'll take you outside and start out with Doppler radar, and you can see what's happening here. We got a batch of heavy rain. There are a lot of lightning strikes around Salem earlier and up in the Cascades, and there's lightning over in eastern Oregon too, but we're focusing right now on this batch of heavy rain that's moving into the Portland area. And you know what? The good news is it's becoming less heavy. This is beginning to fall apart a bit. I'm not seeing the reds anymore, and it's breaking up a little bit too. So while we're getting certainly some heavy rain at times here, this will be falling apart as it moves north into Clark County. And by about 8 o'clock or so, it should be out of the Portland area. So strong showers. There's still a slight chance of a thunderstorm, but I think the threat of that is greatly diminished at this point. But hail, heavy downpours, especially the downpours, certainly possible. And guess what? We get another shot at thunderstorms again tomorrow. In fact, this is the thunderstorm outlook, and it covers basically all of Oregon and southwest Washington, down into northern California, and then trailing off through much of Idaho and parts of Wyoming and down towards Salt Lake City. So again, if you missed out tonight, we get another chance tomorrow. Now, this is the Global Lightning Mapper. This is something that is on the new weather satellites that were launched, well, a year or two ago. We've never had this before, and what it does is it shows us the lightning as viewed from space, and you can see the bright flashes here in that area around Salem about 5 o'clock or so. So again, interesting to be able to see it that way. Big cluster over central Oregon here, and then down to the south and east as well. And we'll see more of that as we go into tomorrow and, of course, the rest of spring and summer. Here's a rainy scene for you in Portland. It's just rainy. You can see there's rain up to the north. There's rain down here to the south, and it's coming down pretty good. We're only 50 degrees, and the east wind has picked up. And interestingly, the pressure is rising rapidly, which happens, or it's rising at a good clip anyway, which happens often when you get a strong downpour and a rush of colder, more dense air coming out of a thunderstorm. Farther south, this is the Stoller Vineyard, and it looks like there's a little bit of sunlight breaking on through the clouds there right now, so that's good to see. We can see anything here an hour ago. It's 47 down in Yamhill County. Some comments for you from social media. Sarah Orschel saying, hey, heard the rumble, saw the lightning. I'm not supposed to see any lightning there, but nonetheless, you get the idea. Molalla just had a long rumble. That was about an hour ago from Luann. Closet, here I come. Susan, you can come out of the closet. You know, at least you don't need to be afraid of the lightning. It's raining hard in northeast Salem. No thunder so far. This is a little while ago. Dark and spooky looking there, too. So, again, interesting comments from social media. 50 in Portland. Gresham's 47, 49 in Sherwood. Let's check out the temperatures elsewhere. It's warmed up to 54 now in Corvallis now that the thunderstorms have moved on off to the north. And you can see that there's a little bit of clearing on down to the south. Now, we're not completely done yet because we've got this big swirl of stormy weather off the coast. It's been a semi-permanent feature, and it'll continue to stay there for about another day. By Friday, it finally kind of squeezes itself off and then moves away, and we get into some dry weather. But until then, showers are in the forecast. And again, tomorrow, nothing much going on in the morning. See, it's going to be good in the morning to actually get some sun. Then showers begin to develop first over the higher terrain. Then later in the day, they pop over the valleys. And that, if that verifies exactly like that, probably get thunderstorms again tomorrow afternoon. So keep an eye on the sky. And again, if thunder roars, go indoors. I know lightning is kind of a treat for us, but it is very dangerous, as you know. 50 degrees outside right now. Freezing level was 7,000 feet this morning. All right, for us tonight, showers and some heavy rain with it, too. And then showers and possibly thunderstorms tomorrow. High temperature of about 62, 61 on Friday, and then a really great day on Saturday. The weekend really pretty much a treat. We'll get rain coming in later Sunday, probably about 4 or 5 o'clock. So plan accordingly, and we'll keep an eye on the radar for you tonight, guys. Back to you.
Looks good, Matt. Thank you.